Hello everybody, it's me again, and today I am going to be making a video about Warframe updates and my personal thoughts on them. Well, I'm gonna give just like really quick thoughts. I kind of just want to push this out before Tennocon 2025, as you know, they always reveal something big at Tennocon, so honestly, I just kind of want to get this out and get my, like thoughts out on all the updates leading up to Tennocon 2025. So let's do this. So I originally joined in 2018, so I just want to make this clear. I'm only gonna go by everything I've experienced so far, not every single update in Warframe, just everything I personally have gone through. I will say this: I originally joined on the Switch and then I moved on to PC. So yeah, but I am gonna do my best to just talk about every single update that I've personally experienced and give my personal thoughts on it. So for the first update, Fortuna. So I joined around Fortuna on the Switch, and all I can really say about it, I don't know. I didn't really care for it that much, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was an open world, and Warframe so far already has 4 open worlds. Plains of Eidolon was the first one, Fortuna's the second one, Heart of Deimos is the third one, and Duviri Paradox is the fourth one. But for Fortuna itself, I honestly didn't really care for it just because of the fact that the grind for a lot of the open worlds is kind of the same. Some are more tedious than others though, but they have recently fixed out the most recent updates. But my overall thoughts on Fortuna have always been like kind of like neutral. Now we have the Plains of Eidolon remaster. This only just updated the first open world. It wasn't really anything too major. They did heavily improve the look though. I will say that. The Jovian Concord. Okay, so in my opinion, the Jovian Concord, oh my god. The Jovian Concord, in my opinion, for me, I was pretty neutral on this one as well. It did introduce Wisp, which is a very great frame to play. From everything that I've like played with, like all the Wisp names I played with, they are one of the best support frames, hands down. It did add a new boss, the Ropolist, which I didn't really enjoy fighting the first time, but I did understand the fight later on, and it's an alright like boss fight, honestly. This update, in my opinion, is pretty neutral. I do like Whiffs though, and like the weapon she did bring along with it though. I will definitely say that for sure. The Old Blood, the Kuva Liches. Yeah, and I also brought Grendel too, I almost forgot about that. But I'm gonna be honest, this one I am kind of, it's kind of the same. I do feel mixed, but I do kind of feel a bit negative about it as well. Just because of the fact that the Liches are kind of super grindy to just fight, honestly. I know there was drama back then on how fast the Liches kill you. I personally didn't really care about that. I think the Liches were honestly just fine boss fights. The only thing I just didn't like is just how long it takes to take down a single Lich. That's the only thing I never really liked, honestly. Just the amount of time you had to invest into it. And once they updated it for Railjack, I don't know, it felt like it's just way too much steps. Rising Tide. Okay, this is was for an update called Empyrean, like the pre-update, where you would build your Railjack and Warframe would be adding space combat. So I'm just going to skip over this because Empyrean's the main thing I want to talk about. Empyrean is where they added the Railjack combat and like just overall space, like a lot of the space combat. Not Arcwing. Arcwing existed before that, but overall, like just like your spaceship. I am gonna be honest. Empyrean was very disappointing when it first came out. Empyrean was one of those things where it ended up becoming like a content island, where you just did it just for doing it. I'm gonna be honest. Like the best way to describe it is just you just do it just because you kind of need the XP, and that's about it, honestly. There really wasn't any sense of urgency, honestly, to even play Empyrean. Railjack was just always something that I always felt like they could have done a lot more with it. Empyrean was kind of a disappointing update, I'm gonna be real with you. The Deadlock Protocol. Pretty neutral about this one, but I did enjoy the Parvos storyline that they gave. Parvos, in my opinion, is a very interesting character in the Warframe lore, especially being the founder of the Corpus. And I do like just the lore drops that they did give for this in particular update. This particular update. Heart of Deimos. I loved the art style of Warframe, and I loved what they did for the environment for this open world. The infested open world in Warframe is so nasty. I love it. Only thing I didn't like about Heart of Deimos was just how buggy it is. So I'm an Umbra main, so yeah, boo at me if you want to, but I'm an Excalibur Umbra main. And I remember how broken he was, not in like the powerful sense, more so in the buggy sense during this update. The amount of times I fell through the goddamn floor and could not recover was so goddamn annoying for this update. That's what probably like tones down the update for a bit negative to me. I love the Necromechs, I loved everything else they added. But the thing is though, oh my god, was it annoying. I love the helmet system they added during this update. The fact you could switch out like some of your Warframe abilities from other Warframes was really great. But, oh my god, it was a buggy mess to play with. Call of the Tempestari. Now this is when they started doing a bit more with Railjack. It was just like a small mission, good music, but a really short quest. In my opinion, I'm pretty neutral on this one. I think it was an alright update though. I did like the music a lot though for this one. Sisters of Parvos. Oh my god. It gave me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not like Ureli, but that's just me though. But in all seriousness though, Sisters of Parvos, this is just pretty much the Corpus like Lich in a nutshell. There's not really much to say except it's just literally the Corpus Lich. That's literally all I can really say about it. Now, the ephemeras and weapons, in my opinion, I love the sister ephemeras. They are really stylish and I just love the designs of them. The weapons are pretty good too, but overall this was just like kind of like an alright update as well, in my opinion. Nothing really too crazy. Prime Resurgence. This is an update where, in my opinion, it made prime farming really good. Like honestly, I liked what they're doing now with just flat out the rotations. In my opinion, bro, Prime Resurgence, hands down, I think overall was a really good update. This one, in my opinion, is definitely more up there with the better updates that I've personally experienced. I just like the fact that I was able to get a lot of classic Warframes, honestly, and just overall be able to grind for those Warframes and just now have them in my collection at this point. The New War. I have honestly a decent bit of mixed feelings about the New War. I love the story, but it didn't feel like a war. Yeah. There was a lot of lore and just a lot of things dumped on us during this update. They added Archon shards, which were really powerful. They just added Narmer, which, I'm gonna be honest, they really haven't done anything with Narmer. I really feel like Narmer is just kind of a waste of a faction, honestly, because there really hasn't been anything done with him, like anything important. And I did like the storyline of the quest, but I feel like everything afterwards was kind of a bit underwhelming. This one I really have the mixed feelings on, and I just don't know where I would honestly like, what I would honestly rate this update. Angels of the Zariman. Now, here's what I know from this point on. Angels of the Zariman and everything like above that, all of this is directed by Rebecca Ford, who became the new Warframe creative director around, I think 2022, because the original Warframe director, Steve, moved on to making Soulframe, which is a game that I will maybe talk about in a bit. All I know is that everything from here, this is all like the new creative, direction for the game. Angels of Zariman, though. I have mixed feelings about this one, but overall, I did like what they did for Angels of Zariman. I love the art style. It's still really goated. Geyer, she's an alright frame for me, at least. Not really my playstyle. The Incarnon weapons, I really love the Incarnon weapons. Outright. I love the Incarnon. Overall, I do think Angels of Zariman is a bit positive for me. Nothing really too crazy though. Veilbreaker, I am gonna be honest, bro. I did not even play Veilbreaker that much. I am going to be brutally honest. I never really played Veilbreaker that much. Call from the New War was a cool character and all, but I've rarely like engaged with the content that they honestly gave in during Veilbreaker. I'm sorry to say this, but Call's a cool character, but I'm gonna have to probably put it low. Lewis Prey. I am going to be brutally honest with this one also. I actually like took a break from playing Warframe around this time. And overall, I really have no opinions on Lewis Prey. I did play the content eventually, but it's just alright, like small content in my opinion. Like, I don't know how to like describe it. I don't want to call it filler content, but that's honestly what it kind of felt like, honestly. Citrine's Last Wish. Citrine, like I said, honestly, the same with Lewis Prey kind of applies here. Kind of like filler, like until like the next major update. She's a cool frame though, I will admit. I love her heavy scythe though. Her heavy scythe is really great. Overall though, it was just like alright. The Duviri Paradox. Okay, I have quite a bit of things to say about the Duviri Paradox. Me personally, I loved the Duviri Paradox. I love the music, I love the opera singing that they did for it. I love the vibe of Duviri. The thing is though, I don't think it's a good new player experience though. Because you can pick the Duviri route. If you're like new to Warframe, you could pick the Duviri route if you want to, but I don't think it's a good route to go. I know Duviri was pretty mixed and divisive because it's either you like roguelikes or you don't. It also feels like a Soulframe prototype somewhat, that like I think they just tested out all the mechanics like of like Soulframe in here to kind of gauge on like how it feels. I do love the roguelike elements though of Duviri, and in my opinion I love the art style of it, the music and everything. For me, it was definitely up there. The 7 Crimes of Kalervo expansion on Duviri, it added a new like island, and not only that, it added Kalervo, which gave the best Helmeth ability, Wrathful Advance. I love using that on Excalibur, bro. Red crits are so fun, honestly. Overall, pretty positive about this one though. Echoes of Duviri, just kind of expanded on Duviri, nothing really much to say here. Abyss of the Goth, again kind of filler in my opinion until the next major update. Dagoth is really cool though. I really love the Doorclave though. Doorclave is one of my favorite Blade and Whip weapons. I love it. Whispers in the Walls. I am gonna be honest, I really love Whispers in the Walls. Netracell, Elite Archimedia. I am gonna be honest, Whispers in the Walls, even Corvex. Some people may say he's trash, but he's the GOAT, bro. Let's just be honest here. Corvex is unironically goated. But, in my opinion, Whispers in the Walls, this update for me is up there with like the top like best updates. I absolutely love Whispers in the Walls. This one kind of just like elevated to me like, oh okay, Rebecca and the team can do a lot with Warframe, and I just really love this update. I don't really have anything negative to say about it. Me personally, I just enjoy this update a lot. I think this is when they also added like the combined like Talforge shards, like the colored Archon shards. Overall, I have nothing negative to say about it. I really loved Whispers in the Walls. It was a pretty damn good update. Dante Unbound, an expansion to Whispers in the Walls. Dante is a great frame. I love Dante. And that's all I really have to say about it. I love Dante, honestly. Jade Shadows. Bro. The Stalker. Man, bro. That was an emotional quest. My god, bro. I really don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just not going to really talk about it here, but just know I really like this quest. I really did. My god, bro. Stalker. I miss you, man. The Lotus Eaters. I am going to be honest. I am not going to talk about this one because this one was just kind of like a nothing burger. Koime and the Five Fates. Really good music. It was heavily like Japanese inspired. Other than that though, overall, it was kind of like more so like a new player content type thing. One thing I forgot to mention throughout like like bringing up all these updates is that Warframe has slowly improved the new player experience, which I'm very happy about. I'm really glad they have been doing that. Koime, it was just like a quick, like, you know, update in my opinion though. It was mainly like, in my opinion, more so like a new player friendly update. Nothing really too crazy though. And probably the best update for me, Peak Warframe. Warframe 1999 and Tekra Encore. Oh my fucking god. I absolutely love 1999 and Tekra Encore. There is no words to describe how much I absolutely love this update. This particular update, the proto frames, the story, the music, bro, the music in this is so goddamn peak. I am probably using it right now for this video. Oh my god, I just absolutely adore 1999. This, hands down, has to be one of the best updates for Warframe in a long time. And I know I'm heavily glazing it, but bro, for me, it's so hard to put into words how great 1999 was. I absolutely adore 1999. Out of all the updates I've played, this one hands down was my favorite update of all time so far. What Tennocon 2025 might show me, I don't know, but this one, bro, this one was peak. It's gonna be pretty hard to beat peak, but I think they're cooking. I think they actually are cooking. I just love 1999 and Tekra Encore. The music is so goddamn good, bro. Oh my god, I just can't stop glazing it, but it's just so goddamn good. And even the content, dude. Oh my god. And here's the thing, they introduced the infested liches. They're not that painful to grind. I actually enjoy doing them, unironically. Which, honestly, I'm gonna bring this up. They need to rework the other liches, bro. They need to rework Corpus and like Kuva liches. Make them, like, honestly, at least enjoyable to grind. And for our final update, Isle Weaver. I am gonna be honest, Isle Weaver, it's not peak. It has some pretty good music, but plot-wise, it doesn't really relate much to, like, in my opinion, the main Warframe storyline right now. It's kind of just filler for, like, the big things coming, right? Like, in my honest opinion. And yeah, that's really about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. I'm making this right now just so I can get this out before Tennocon 2025, because I'm obviously tuning in. I want to watch it. And yeah, that's really about it. Thank you guys for watching. Honestly, I am very excited for Warframe, and I really want to see what they might introduce next, bro. My god, though, did Excalibur Prime, though, get folded. Holy